Hello again. This is the key for quiz 2, and it could be useful for students as they prepare for the comprehensive final exam, which will cover this material and other material. Problem number 1, I ask you to find the exact value of x in the figure. We know from the Pythagorean theorem that x squared is equal to 16 squared, the hypotenuse minus the other leg, and so that is 16 squared minus 12 squared. If you substitute those numbers in, you'll get 112, and x would be the principal square root of 112. Now that is the exact value, and that's really what I was looking for, but most of you plugged that into a calculator and approximated it as 10.58. I counted either one correct. Number 2, you were to compute the grade point average. And so what you're going to do for each course is you're going to take the credit hours times the grade, and a COD, a B is 3, a C is 2, an A is 4, there's another C, and there's another B. And so what we do is we multiply across the credit hours times the quality points associated with the grade to get the product. We add the product up, getting 49, and we divide by the number of credit hours. So you add up the credit hours, add up these products, and you get 17 goes into 49, and your answer should have been 2.88. Here, number 3, Billy takes a date to a restaurant, and you have the sales, and then you have a like a state tax or use tax of this. But then Billy includes the taxes in the total and tips 25% on top of that. Now what you have to do, my students, is you have to multiply 1.08875 times 1.25, because you're not adding these. You do the tax first, and then you tip 25% on top of that. And so you add up the food and drink total for 95.85, and then you do what I suggested, and so you end up having a multiplier of 1.3609, so on and so forth. And if you multiply this times that, you'll get 130.4459, and you round that off to 130.45. That was the answer I was looking for. Okay, here I told you that the volume was the length times the width times the height, and the question was to determine the percent that the volume had decreased. And so it used to be 22 by 14 by 9, and that meant that this was the old volume. The new volume is going to be 21.5 times 13.5 times 7.5, which is this. Now the difference between the two is 595,125, and you divide that by the old to get 21% when you round it off to a percent. Here you were to add one table, and so I added the table here, and then you say how many people can sit around. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the answer to this should have been 7. This was very similar to problems in the textbook. Number 6, you were to find the exact solution here for x. And what I would do is I'd multiply all the way through by 15 to clear the fractions. That's a good approach. And when you multiply by 15 all the way, you will get 6 on this side, 5 plus 15x. And so then you subtract 5 from both sides. 15x is equal to that. X is equal to 1 over 15. Now that's the exact answer. I think one student plugged that into a calculator, and I ended up counting that right. But this is the exact answer. Number 7, you were to find the exact solution for this one. You had to distribute this minus 3 across here, giving you minus 3x plus 6. You combine like terms, and so you have minus 3, but then you have 12 plus 10, and so that is 22. You subtract 22 from both sides. 22 from 28 is 6. So minus 3x is equal to 6. Divide both sides by negative 3. X is minus 2. This is number 8. You were to find the exact solution for this. What you could do is multiply both sides. Again, clear the denominator by 6, the multiple of 3 and 2. And so if we multiply this side by 6, we will have 8x minus 2. When we multiply this side by 6, we will get 3x plus 18. And so you move your x's to this side, subtracting 3x from 8x gives 5x. Adding 2 to both sides gives you 20. Divide all the way through by 5, and x is equal to 4. Number 9, you were to find the exact solution for this. This ends up being 2x. You distribute here, you get 2x plus 2 plus 4. That's 2x plus 6. But if you subtract the 2x from both sides, you see that 0 is equal to 6. That's never true. That tells you that there is no solution to this problem. Number 10, you're supposed to find the exact solution for this. If you multiply all the way through by 5 to clear this fraction, you get minus 25 times the whole of x plus 1 plus 30x, and that's equal to the 5 will cancel. You get 5x minus 25, and then you're multiplying this 10 by 5 to get that. So you end up with 5x plus 25 equal 5x plus 25. This is always true. And that means this is true for any real number x. Number 11, you're supposed to find the exact solution here. Now here, to clear the decimals, you would multiply by 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, but 100 here. So you're going to multiply both sides by 100 to clear the decimals. That gives you 20 times x minus 0.7 plus, this is going to be, when you're multiplying by 100, that is 170x. Here you multiply by 100, you get 120, and here you multiply by 100, you get 295. So you distribute, this is 20x minus 14 plus 170. You distribute here, this is 120x minus 36 plus 295. You collect like terms, and here you get 190 minus 14. Here you get 120 plus 259. You add 14 to both sides and subtract 120x from both sides. You get 70x is 273. And if you divide and put it in lowest terms, you get 39 over 10, or 3.9 as your solution to number 11. Number 12, we had these populations, and this was proportional reasoning. And so what you're going to do is you're going to say, what is the proportion of the U.S. population? So here, for example, for Illinois, you would take this number and divide it by this one to get this fraction. And then you would take that fraction times the number of representatives and round to the nearest number. And so the answers to this would have been 17, 28, 15, 40, and 17.